In this episode of Ask the Doc, I got a great question on Instagram from someone that asked, why do they feel so lousy every time they wake up in the morning? What's up, everybody? Dr. Matt Maggio here, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, where we are on a hell of a mission to make chronic injuries obsolete by helping those that are injured and in pain get properly educated and informed on their injuries and access to quality hands-on soft tissue treatment so they can avoid bigger problems on the road like pain pills, injections, and surgeries, which only make things worse. Back at it for Ask the Doc, let's read the question. Why does my body feel so awful in the morning when I first get up? I thought sleep was supposed to help you feel better, not worse. Thank you so much for sending in that question, and I appreciate anyone that sends questions in just asking for help. At the end of the day, like I said, the goal of this channel is to help you get properly educated and informed on your injuries and get better care so you don't have to get sucked into the medical system, which only makes things worse. So I'm going to break this video into two parts. What I want to link up first is an older video I made a few years back explaining this exact question, why you do feel worse in the morning when you first get up. I'm going to link that up right now. Hey everyone, getting our educational video out for today. Today I want to talk about disc injuries and why you feel worse, especially in the morning or when you sleep on your disc too long. I found this out the hard way myself. I tried to, when I was up traveling over the weekend, I got some extra sleep. Stayed in bed longer than I normally do, and actually had a little bit of a flare up in my neck and my back, so I wanted to get a video out talking about that. So one thing that we look at when people have a disc injury, a lot of times a bulge or a herniation or some type of damage to the disc, inside here there's a toothpaste-like substance, and what happens is it's surrounded by these rings. Over time, with bad postures and accidents and trauma, you get tearing in here and this starts to seep out. So that's when you get a bulge or a herniation on your disc, which is bad enough. But then what happens is when we sleep, this problem actually gets bigger and bigger. Your disc is like a sponge that continues to fill up. So the longer you're laying on the disc, the worse you feel. So what I found for myself is my sweet spot's about 6 hours of sleep. Anything longer than that, I actually feel worse in the morning. It takes me longer to get up and get moving around. So if you're someone that has confirmed disc injuries or you think you have a disc injury and you're waking up every morning feeling a lot of tension, a lot of pain in there, maybe you're just sleeping too long. Experiment with that. Try 6 hours, try 7 hours instead of 8, 9, or 10. A lot of times I actually feel worse on the weekends because I'm trying to relax and recover and I stay in bed longer. And it messes with my neck and causes problems in there. So when you have a disc injury, you don't want to lay on that disc too much because then you get that window where it gets bigger and bigger. So you want to get it just right where you get up, it's not too bad and you get around and function, because no one wants to have neck problems or low back problems throughout the day. It'll make your day miserable and it'll definitely make everyone else around you miserable. So I hope that video just gave you a little more insight about what's going on and understanding that this is actually pretty normal for a lot of people because we just beat our bodies to hell and there's a lot of things going on. Now, what I hate so much about musculoskeletal care and people giving stuff out there, you know, they identify the problem, but they never give the solution. So what I want to include next in this video is a breakdown of some action steps that you can do every single day, every single morning to make sure you don't wake up feeling like crap and you get functioning a heck of a lot better with little basic things you can do on your own. So I'm going to link that one up right now. In today's video, I want to talk about 3 things that I do every morning to make sure I don't feel like shit throughout the rest of the day. Number 1, first thing I do as soon as I get out of bed in the morning is I hydrate. And then I hydrate again. And then when I think I'm done hydrating, I hydrate some more. Water is the key to pretty much everything. And when you're sleeping all night, what happens is you get dehydrated. So if you do have problems in your body, you know, problems with your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your joints, your discs, what happens is there's not enough water in there, so those things tighten up, and if you do have problems, it's going to create some pain. So the first thing you want to do is get really hydrated when you first get up. Don't reach for that cup of coffee or tea. Get to the kitchen, drink 2 or 3 big glasses of water. I recommend 20 to 30 ounces per morning when you first get up, and you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. Number 2, as my favorite breathing expert out there, Wim Hof, says, just breathe, motherfucker. Now, the key is when you first get up after you get hydrated, you want to breathe. what this will do is really start to get things flushing around and moving better and putting you in a good place. And when you breathe, it really puts you into more of a calm, relaxed state. You're not as stressed out as you do that. So a basic way to do that would just be breathe in for a 6 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then exhale out for a 6 count. And do that for 4 or 5 minutes. So now you've hydrated, now you've breathed, now you got to get on to the last component. Last component, move. Yes, move. What does that mean? Get off your ass and start moving. You know, so many people get up in the morning, they get their cup of coffee, they hunch over on the couch or on their chair, and they're curled up in their cell phone, just looking like Gollum in Lord of the Rings, like my precious is in there, and it's not actually doing anything, it's making you worse. So you got to get up and hydrate. You got to get up and breathe, then get up and move. And you don't have to move a lot. Walk for 5 or 6 minutes. You can do it around the house. If it's cold, you don't have to go outside, just walk around. So when you're moving, what that's going to do is start to get things pumping, get things moving. Because when you're sleeping all night long, what happens is you're dehydrated, your body hasn't moved, there's a lot of inflammation in there. And if you can set the tone early in the day, what this does is it actually gets that inflammation out of your body so you feel better throughout the day. So those are my three tips that I talk about to make sure that you're being a human. Hydrate, breathe, and move, and do it every day. Yeah, it's going to be hard the first couple days when you first get into that routine and you start doing things. But you know what? Once you build that habit, you build that discipline, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better, and your body will thank you a lot more down the road too as well. So in closing, you know, one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Jim Rohn, and basically the idea was like, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live in. And so many of us just really ignore our health and don't get where we need to be, and it puts us in a really bad place. And then we end up in these lousy practitioners' offices that don't know what's going on, and then you have to resort to bigger problems down the road, like getting to a surgeon and getting on pain pills, injections, and surgeries. And I don't want you to be there. You can take control of your health, and there's little gradual things you can do each day, which I shared in the video. You know, hydrate, move, and breathe. It's going to help you so much more. And understand that like being in pain and having dysfunction doesn't have to be normal. You can function better, you can move better, but you have to start by taking personal responsibility for your health, because nobody can want it more than you did. So if you like the video, give it a comment, a like, or share it with someone that you think might help. Lastly, get in touch with a Peak Method provider. They are the best in the world at finding and fixing injuries that other people can't, with results-driven treatment that gets to the root cause of what's going on so you can function better, move better, feel better, and be the best version of yourself. And also, if you have any questions you want me to cover, send them in. I'm always happy to help, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.